Hello everyone, my name is Tina Hosey and I'll be one of your instructors for Accounting to 11 this semester. I want to welcome you to the class, and I just know that by the end of it, you are going to love accounting as much as Mr. Wright and I do. So that being said, I wanted to give you bit of a little bit of advice for your homework this week. Please read your chapter. There's a lot of good information in there. Um, but when it comes to the homework part, I thought maybe I could simplify a few things for you. So I just wanted to try this quick video, and please know that I'm new to Zoom, so I'm going to try to make this go as smoothly as possible. So let me share my screen. Okay, so as far as the homework goes, they're going to start you off with the accounting equation. So right here is the accounting equation. Assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. Please memorize this formula. This is the basis of all accounting, and you are going to use it to no end. So drill that in your brain, and you'll be okay. Okay, so it is just like any other math equation. It would be just as easy to say 5 equals 2 plus 3. It's that simple, okay? But you will find as you read through this book that accounting kind of has its own language. So I want to talk just a minute about what assets, liabilities, and owner's equity are. So assets are things that you own. Okay, so if you're a business, you're going to own your building probably. You're going to own your company vehicles. You're going to own your inventory, the cash that you have in your register, the office furniture, the computers, your tools that you use in your business. These are all going to be assets because you own them. Liabilities are going to be things that you owe. Okay, so these are going to be things like your utilities, your electric bill, gas bill, water bill. You haven't paid them yet, you owe them. Okay. It's also going to be like maybe you buy your inventory from suppliers and then they send you a bill. You wait for that bill to come in. Okay, so when you get that bill, that's a liability because you owe that money to your creditors. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Liabilities could also be like your mortgage payment or your car payment on the company vehicle. Owner's equity is whatever you have invested in the business. So most of the time, if you are a sole proprietor or in a partnership, you will have put some money into the business to get it started, right? Okay, so that creates equity in the business. The cash would be an asset, but you have also given yourself equity in the business, okay, because it's what you've invested in there. Now, so I also want to tell you that owner's equity is like an umbrella term because as you go on, you're going to see a lot of things that fall under the equity section. It's going to be like the owner's capital and the owner's drawing. If it's a corporation, you're going to have things like retained earnings, stocks, bonds, dividends. So just know that owner's equity is an umbrella term, okay? Now, so I wanted to give you a real life scenario. Most of you are buying or have bought vehicles already. And so I'm going to use that as an example, buying a car, okay? So let's say you're going to buy a car and the car is worth $5,000. So the car is your asset, okay? You left the lot with that car. That car is going to be yours. So it's $5,000, okay? So the car is the asset. Now let's say you've had it for a year and you've been making payments on it, but you still owe money on it, okay? Let's say you still owe $3,000. That $3,000 that you still owe is your liability on that car because you still owe it. You haven't paid it off, okay? The part that you have paid off, that $2,000, that is your equity in the car because it's how much money you've invested in that car. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Now, the reason that we teach you the formula in this format is because it's going to help things flow better as you move through the chapters, okay? This chapter is going to introduce you to the financial statements, one of which is the balance sheet. So I kind of made just a little sample one down here. Okay, so if you notice on the balance sheet, the assets are on one side, just like the assets are alone on one side of the equation up here. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll get all of your assets and you'll get a total. Now the liabilities and the owner's equity are all on the other side of the balance sheet, just like they're on the other side of the equation up here. Whenever you're doing a balance sheet, you'll get a total for your liabilities and you'll get a total for your owner's equity, and then you'll add those two together to get your total liabilities and owner's equity. So when you're done with this statement, your total assets should equal your total liabilities and owner's equity. If it doesn't, you have a problem. You need to go find it and fix it. Okay, so that's just a brief synopsis of the accounting equation and a basic description of the terms in it. Now, another thing that your chapter is going to do is talk about the financial statements, like I said. So I just want to make sure that you, when you're going through it, that you take note that they need to be done in this order. The income statement has to be completed first because you need your net income or net loss to go on the statement of owner's equity. Or if you're in a corporation, it will be called the statement of retained earnings. And then you'll need that equity amount to go onto your balance sheet. And finally, you'll do your statement of cash flows, which at the end should equal your cash account. Now, hopefully this has been helpful. I do want to take just a second to talk about the discussion boards, which are also graded. Please make sure to follow the instructions on those. Most of them are going to be 2 to 3 paragraphs required. The instructions are on the discussion board, so make sure to follow those. Make sure to give us content. That's what we're looking for. Please don't say, I agree, I disagree, or I think it's good, I think it's bad. We want to see content when we go to grade these. We want to see that you've thought about it. And also on the replies, make sure that your replies are substantive. I can't say that word, sorry. But yeah, again, make sure not to just say I agree or disagree. And yeah, really give some feedback on the post you're responding to. And also make sure to add something new to it. Okay. All right. Well, if you have any questions about anything, please feel free to email or call Mr. Wright or myself. Our emails and phone numbers are in the instructor portion of your Canvas. So we look forward to working with you all, and we're looking forward to a great semester. So please keep in touch. Let us know if we can do anything to help you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.